Every night, Jonah heard footsteps above his ceiling. That was impossible. He lived on the top floor of the boarding house. The landlord insisted the roof was empty. No attic, no crawl space, just beams and old insulation. Still, each night the footsteps came, slow, barefoot, pacing back and forth, as if someone were measuring the room. Jonah tried recording the sound, but when he played it back, there was only silence. No static, no footsteps, just his own breathing, shaky and afraid. One evening, he followed the noise outside. The footsteps stopped when he reached the hallway. They resumed the moment he returned to his room, louder this time. He pressed his palm to the ceiling. It was warm. That night, he dreamed he couldn't move. The ceiling softened and sagged like skin. A face pressed through from above, whispering his name in his own voice. Jonah woke screaming. The next morning, he noticed muddy footprints on the ceiling. They were small, damp, and human, pressed inward as if someone had walked inside the plaster itself. When the landlord saw them, he went pale and whispered, "People don't last." Jonah struck the ceiling with a broom. Dust cascaded like snow in slow motion. The plaster cracked, spider webbing across the surface. Then something knocked back, a slow push from inside the room above. An arm slid through the opening, pale and slick, its fingers bent too many times. They brushed Jonah's hair gently, a chilling touch that felt both curious and sorrowful. "Now it's your turn to stay above," the voice rasped in tones too deep, too timeless. The last thing he felt was weightlessness. His body lifted as though swallowed by gravity itself. The room below is empty now. But every night, new footsteps pace the ceiling, echoing in the darkness like old memories that refuse to fade. Every night at 2:17 a.m., the hallway light in Mara's apartment turned on by itself. At first, she blamed faulty wiring. The building was old, the kind that breathed and groaned when the temperature dropped. But after the third night, she noticed something else. The light only turned on when she was asleep. She tested it. One night, she stayed awake, staring at the dark hallway from her bed until her eyes burned. Nothing happened. The moment she drifted off, however, she woke with a jolt. 2:17 glowing red on the clock, the hallway light shining under her door. Mara started locking her bedroom door. On the fifth night, she dreamed she was standing in the hallway. The light flickered above her, buzzing like an insect. At the far end stood her bedroom door, slightly open. From inside came the sound of breathing, slow, careful, practiced. She woke, gasping. The light was on again. This time, there were footprints on the floor, bare, damp, facing her door. She didn't sleep the next night. She sat in bed with the lamp on, phone in hand, watching the clock crawl toward 2:17. When it arrived, nothing happened. No light, no sound. Relief loosened her chest. Then she heard it, a soft click behind her. The bedroom lamp went out. In the darkness, something exhaled close to her ear. You weren't supposed to wake up. The hallway light snapped on. Mara screamed and reached for her phone, but her screen lit up with a photo she didn't remember taking. It showed her asleep in bed, taken from the hallway. The timestamp read 2:16 a.m. A new notification appeared beneath it. Tonight, stand farther back. The breathing returned, deeper now, no longer trying to hide, and the clock changed to 2:17. The first time I saw the city was on a summer night, exactly at midnight. I couldn't sleep, so I walked to the old railway line, abandoned for many years. When the clock on my phone showed night, the air vibrated slightly, and lights appeared out of the darkness. Tall buildings, narrow streets, and an entire city rose where there had once been nothing. I entered without knowing why. The people there seemed normal, but tired, as if they had been running from something for a long time. A large clock in the center of the city always showed midnight. A woman spoke to me in a serious tone. "The city disappears at 3 o'clock. If you stay, you will never return." I came back night after night. The city was different every time. The streets changed, shops appeared and disappeared, and time seemed shorter. There, I wasn't just an invisible teenager. People listened to me. They knew me. There, who I was mattered. One night, I met a boy named Luca. He said he had been coming for years. At 2:55, the bells began to ring. Everyone ran toward the exit. I hesitated. Luca looked at me sadly. "I was late once. Since then, the city has been my only home." When the clock struck 3, the city went dark. I managed to get out, but Luca stayed behind. In the morning, no one remembered him. No name, no trace. Now I know the truth. The city appears for those who want to disappear. And every night, at midnight, I wonder if I will still have the strength to leave before 3. At first, the voice was soft, almost kind. It came at night when the room was dark and Elena's thoughts were loud. "Right," it whispered. She didn't know why she obeyed, only that her hand moved before she could stop it. Every night, the journal filled itself with neat lines of ink. Elena barely remembered writing them. In the morning, the words felt foreign, as if someone else had borrowed her body. She told herself it was stress, imagination, a harmless habit. Then the first accident happened. On page 12, she had written about a red car sliding on wet asphalt. 2 days later, a neighbor was taken away in an ambulance after a crash. Elena felt a cold twist in her stomach. Coincidence, she decided, nothing more. The voice grew clearer, more confident. "Don't be afraid," it said. "I'm only telling the truth." She kept reading. A factory fire, a missing child, a man stabbed near the river. All of it had already happened, or would happen within days. Elena stopped sleeping. She stopped answering messages. The journal became a mirror of disasters she couldn't prevent. One night, her hand shook so badly she dropped the pen. "Why are you doing this?" she whispered. "Because someone must remember," the voice replied, "and someone must write." She turned the page. The last entry wasn't dated. It described a small bedroom, a desk, a girl with tired eyes and a journal open in front of her. It described the sound of sirens approaching. It described silence afterward. Elena slammed the journal shut, heart racing. Sirens wailed in the distance, too close. She realized then the voice was not predicting the future, it was remembering it. And now that she had read the final page, the story could continue, written by someone else, listening to the same voice, waiting in the dark.